Hey y'all, another big one. It is finally time. I need to get wheels ordered for this car. I put this one like up there with the paint job. You know, it's gonna be a big change obviously to the look of the car. So, what are we working with? 315. This is street tire. I spent a little bit of time trying to chase these down. Hey! I just wanted to buy a used set so I can mock these up. Luckily these are pretty much brand new. Got a little scrapage right there. Previous owner had them on some 90s Mustang. Their wheel tubs don't go connect in like that like a Camaro. They connect down. So cut a little groove in them. Nothing crazy. A couple burnouts will be gone. But I got these for 1/4 of what they are new. We're going to go ahead and use these to measure the wheels I want. I knew I wanted to run a 315 tire. We just didn't know what size we needed. So that's what I'm about to show y'all. A lot of people use these dinky little wheel fitment tools. They're great and all, but you know, what you really need to be doing is measuring using your tire. You can still get your offsets and everything you need to know for your rim, but use the tire. That way you know you have proper wheel fitment. Wheel Wise is the tool I'm going to use today. I'm going to show you all that. We're going to get it all fitted up together and then get the tires ordered. Wheels ordered, sorry. So this tool will mount up to a 4.5, 4 3/4, and a 5.5 and a 5-inch bolt pattern. As long as your wheel makes that, then you're good to go. What is that in metric? I don't know. I don't speak kilometers. So this is what we're looking at. This point right here, it can be shifted back and forth to simulate a different offset for your wheel. And then this mounts up flush to your brake rotor, just like any other normal wheel would. You loosen your bolt, top and bottom, and then you can slide this wheel back and forth wherever you want it. And if you're like my car, you can adjust your ride height. I just gotta undo my coilovers. You hear that? That means it's freaking hot in Texas, man. My Lord. Alright, got that tire on. Now what you got to do, if you have this available to you, whatever suspension system you have, you want to get it loose to where you can adjust your ride height. I guess if you're on leaf spring, it's going to be a little tough. Go ahead, unbolt your coilover system. That way you can check this rear end up and down. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this thing to where I want it to sit ride height wise, and then we'll start adjusting that offset in and out. So let's do it. Alright, so here's the magic of this system. You loosen these nuts right here, and you can reposition this tire in and out. So now we know exactly where it's going to line up along this. So I'm going to get this thing roughly where I like it, and then we'll lock it down and then take a measurement of the offset, and then we know perfect where we need to be. So I like the fitment on it, but there's one problem. I just measured the other side. Unfortunately, we are a 1/4 inch too far onto the passenger side. So I need to split the difference. I'm gonna have to shift the rear end 1/8 of an inch over. My frame rails or something's off. I knew that when I mini tubbed it and did the 4-link kit on it, but it's kind of showing itself now that I'm doing the wheel fitment. So it's not the end of the world. Triangulated 4-link, I should be able to shift it over no problem. So we're gonna get it shifted and then remeasure. But honestly, where I got it sitting right here, it's perfect right there. But this right here kind of scares me. It's a little close, but the top of the tire is gonna have no problem going up and down in there. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if we'll perfectly know until we're driving it, but that 1/8 of an inch, it should alleviate some of that. So we're gonna go ahead and knock that out. I'm going to actually use this device itself, just extended this arm out to measure my travel in the suspension and run a plumb bob from the top of the quarter down to where it'll hit this. Do it on both sides. It should be a more accurate way of measuring. Top of the arch. Let that settle. Go put it on the other side. So that puts us at a mark of just over 9 1/4. So we are now showing 3/4 of an inch difference. So we are significant. I messed it up. I went the wrong way when I was trying to adjust it earlier, but now I should be able to get this more accurate. And after many of hours, we are finally dead on. Since that's done, run it back in reverse. We're gonna take this apart, put it back in there, get our final measurement on backspace, and we might be able to order these puppies tonight. So we'll see. So we're centered now. This is what we're looking at. Wheel gap seems to be plenty. Set at the same 3 1/4 inches, top and bottom. So now take it off and take your backspacing measurement. Alright, so I'm coming up with 5 7/8. That ain't gonna work. They only make the wheel unbind in 1/4 inch increments. Instead of obviously going the other way, I don't want to extend it farther out. I want to take it back in. So we're gonna go with 5 3/4 offset. There's no caliper clearance. That's okay, things you got to keep in mind when you're doing this. Make sure that wheel don't run into the back of your wheel tub. And then another thing is caliper overhang. How much of that caliper is sticking out past the top hat. If that caliper sticks out further than that, you're gonna have to let the wheel manufacturer know this. Mine has 0, so we're good to go there. Another thing, not to hate on off-the-shelf wheels, but this is a lot of the reason you guys probably buy off-the-shelf wheels and you're not getting the fitment that you want. Putting a wheel on a car that ain't measured for it is just, it's never gonna look right. So this is the way to do it the proper way. And if we found out now, you know, it's an 11-inch wheel I'm going for with 5 3/4 backspacing. Weld and a couple other manufacturers I already know make that. So that is an off-the-shelf wheel that technically would be a perfect fitment for this. So even if you're not wanting to buy custom wheels, go ahead and take your measurements and see if you can find a wheel that is the right and proper size for what you need. That way your fitment looks the way it should. Outside of that, that's how you measure these puppies. We're gonna go ahead and get these ordered. I will catch y'all whenever these get in.
2,000 years later.
Just got a delivery and I think we know what it is. Alright, so here it is in all its beauty. A couple things we're going to change though. These caps, they're too tall. I didn't like the height of that. I'm going to go ahead and exchange them. Then make a short cap version. Other thing, car is an RSSS, so my dad always ran a RS nose strap around the front. I'm going to do that in satin black, and I want the wheels to match. So this is actually cast aluminum. I don't believe this is painted. I think this is just the cast color, the gray. So going to go satin black on those so that'll match, leave the chrome lips the same. This 5 3/4 back spacing, hopefully, hopefully it fits, we'll see. But I want to preface this by saying I'll pop it up right here, the width of my rear end. Just because you're mini tubbed doesn't mean that these are going to fit. If you're running a stock 12 bolt, these aren't going to fit on your car. I'm narrowed, so whatever flange to flange distance it says up above my head right now is what I am. But I am narrowed, so that's why I can run 5 3/4. But yeah, this is it. It's a beautiful wheel, mini lite ET Mag. ET Mag makes it. LT3 is the model. 18-inch wheel, 11-inch width, 5 3/4 back spacing, and this is what you end up with. So I love them. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick one on the car and give you an idea what it looks like. They're about as good looking as I think this car is ever going to look. So fitment looks nice and flush. We'll see when that tire gets on there, but we've got to get these painted first. So I'm going to go ahead now and run on down to the paint shop and get these puppies blackened out. So y'all seem to like in the last video, the like, subscribe, and I'll sign the car for you. So we're going to run it back. If you didn't see the last video, rules are like, subscribe on the video, and then comment up to 4 words or your name, and I'll sign it on my car. That way you're forever cruising with me. Y'all put some pretty funny ones in the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and get those on there for you. Nobody put their name though. If you want to sign your name, or I'll sign your name for you, options open. Let's go ahead and get the last video stuff put on there, and I'll show you what we got. We're gonna start right here so we don't run out of space. We got, I like cherry pie. So do I, sir. I like cherry pie. No lift shift, Pops. You dang right. That's honestly what I'm most excited for, is to finally dry this dog box. Y'all have no idea how that was a tough one to track down. Grabbing veers and shifting gears, but not while we're driving. She needs biscuit. Signed, Gravy. Raise hell, praise Dale. Damn right. Roll Tide.
Don't give a fuss about nothing but the tide. Tide better get some butt. Splat, splat.
Got our wheels dropped off, so got nothing cool to look at for the next couple days. Hopefully 4 or 5 days or less. Way more expensive than I thought to get them powder coated, so I don't know if I'd do that again. Might just honestly plastic it. Looks all the same. I know it don't last, so I can just respray it. Yep, so those are off though, getting coated. We're gonna go ahead and throw this suspension back together for the hopefully the final time. So let's get after it. Howdy boys. Alright, finally back. Went ahead, didn't do it on camera. I got the front wheels ordered, but yeah, it turns out it's god-awful expensive to do all this, so that's why it's took me so long to put this video together too. We got those ordered though. They're supposed to be in next week. We'll get them to the powder coater as well, wrapped up, and that's when we're gonna do the wheel reveal. So I ain't been on a hiatus, I've been on a broke-atus.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Today though, now that it's not 1,000,001 degrees out here, we're gonna go ahead and try and fix this trunk. Let me show you what's going on with it. Hard to tell, but if you look at this body line, it's kind of sticking up a little bit. It's still a little off. That is more or less level. Trunk isn't lined up in here, so disregard the gap itself, but we're flush. Right here, it's like a speed bump. The trunk lid itself is about a 1/4 inch down from the rear deck filler. This side over here is the same as over there. The other issue, I have this adjusted all the way out, and this body line right here, as you can see, is off. That needs to be drilled, the hole extended, that way I can slide this trunk down more, which will also open up that body line right there, and then, you know, shift it left and right. But the main problem we're facing right now is this gap. So this is what my plan is. Got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here. If I take this thing off and build a flat brace where I can bolt the trunk lid, you know, top down, and then run my hydraulic press underneath, expand up on it, bending this part upwards. Hopefully that brings it into place. If it don't, looks like I'm buying a new trunk lid. So our hinge mounts, there's a bolt here and a bolt there, same thing over here. Since it's held right here, the plan is now to run this hydraulic jack from here up to there and start pushing it. And I'll take measurements, but I gotta get this moved up about a 1/4 inch. If you're wondering why I'm in this situation in the first place, the body shop for one forgot to check it, but the reason it happened in the first place is I did change out that rear deck filler. I think if I'd have kept the same one, it would have lined up. The one that was on there, this is originally a vinyl top car, and it had the holes for the vinyl top, and it had some rust in that rear windshield channel, so it had to go. I mean, it could have been patched, but you know, tons of patches. It wouldn't have been worth it. Laughing at the flip-flops. It's hotter than Georgia asphalt in Texas right now. Can't do the coveralls and the boots right now. It's just god awful hot. I just want good thread, good threading. I don't necessarily want to torque this down. I got one extra board. The only way I see this thing failing is when I start pushing, I guess, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of flex within the boards. So if that happens, we'll see where it's gonna flex from, and then I'll screw that board into place to make this, you know, more rigid. God, it's heavy. Baby, let's see what we move. 1/4. The side stays the same. Looks like it worked. So we're gonna go fit her up. Oh my Lord. Brent Raymond, you done did it. First try.
Oh my God! Wow!
No way. Okay, so this side is a little long. It could go this way, but this one needs to go that way. But that's what we're working on right now. That worked. Huh. Well, I'll be.
Take me home, yeah, yeah. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Take me home.
Alright, got some good news. Just to check the tracking, the fronts are in town, so they should deliver tomorrow. I'm gonna try and hopefully get them, the powder coater closes at 2, but try and get them straight over there, and then that means we should probably get them back by Monday. So that's the plan. Hopefully they show up tomorrow. I've got my tires in too. I want to show these. It's kind of funny. You order tires online and they just slap a label on it and ship it like that. I mean, I guess you can't hurt it. But 245, what are these again? 245 40/18s. Yeah, I just remember. Yeah, 245 40/18s on the fronts. I didn't measure the front, that's why there's no part in this video about it. It's standard Camaro fitment. So I mean, I guess if you're putting something on your car and you don't have anything modified underneath there that would change your fitment or your alignment, you know, yeah, best resource at that point, just Google it. You know, you don't need to measure it. Just Google other cars, and if you like the way they fit and look, you know, and they got the offset specs and the tire specs, just go ahead and send it. That's what I did on the front. I like the way the front looks with the 245 40/18. Don't need anything crazy, just went with a stock. That's front wheel. We'll get those mounted, balanced, then we'll have the big reveal. But what are we doing right now? What are we doing today? Oh shit. The spoiler. I'm excited for this one. Big visual change. This is the issue we ran into. Some of the original studs are still here. Don't know if I quite trust them. Some of them are tore up. I'm gonna dig into these. We'll see which ones need replacing, which ones can just get screwed back in. We'll get this puppy mounted. but it's dry. So these puppies are in there. That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Days later.
Just picked them up. Let's check things out on Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
So this is technically the place that did it. This is their mat, but it's more of a satin, so that's why I went with that. Obviously these are the fronts, a lot less of a lip, 4.5 inches of back spacing. Kept the caps chrome, nuts will stay black. And then I got my tires. We're gonna go ahead and skin these in. My brother works in a dealership that I get free access to the wheel machine, so we're gonna go mount the tires and then finally get to see what these things look like on the car.
New lube.
New what?
New lube.
All right, video's over. Give that back. All right, we got our wheels loaded up in the back. They're full of that mountain goop where you put your tires on the rim. So we're gonna go on down to the car wash and clean these things up and then finally mount them. So let's get after it.
Jumbo check. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. I need you. When I was young, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy.
I'm looking at it. It's like a whole new car, I ain't gonna lie. Before I show you guys, just want to say thanks for watching and being patient with me. Like I said, I wish I could pump these out faster, but it took me a lot longer than I thought it would to save up and get these wheels. But the next 3 videos I got planned, I already have the parts for, or it's just cosmetic stuff that parts aren't required, so we should be able to fly through those and get those done. You know, I'm going to try and shoot for one every other week or so. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want your name signed on this car, like, or not, name or whatever you want written, like, subscribe, and leave your comment below. I'm going to be doing that for the foreseeable future. And yeah, without further ado, let's check it out.
Hey, hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Child, when you shake that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you stay.
got these wheels on here finally. I'm gonna go grab the wife and see what she thinks about it. Are you busy?
No.
Come here and look at this.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Well, what'd you do?
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know